Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to One Season Wonder. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for the love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of these episodes, we're quickly going to recap on the previous episode. Episode 1 of the One Season Wonder series was actually a YouTube premiere. Now, if you guys didn't tune into the YouTube premiere, which I do know that Mr. Loud, Undertale, who's now Sweeper Keeper, Lee, Hamza, Floppy, Bandit, to all you guys that tuned in, thank you so much for coming to support. And by the way, guys, if you didn't tune in, that's okay. The video has still been watched. I know you guys have been watching it. Leave me comments down below on the video. Thank you so much to all of you, but it meant so much that so many of you guys at one time, may not seem like a huge number, but we had the max total of 11 viewers at one time. Now, bearing in mind, a lot of people were a bit confused over the YouTube premiere. A lot of people thinking that I was playing it live as you guys were watching it, whereas that is not exactly true. A YouTube premiere is very much like going to the cinema. It's not live, it's already all been recorded, but as you watch it, because you've never seen it before, it is basically live and I can talk to you guys while watching it. So I had recorded the video, edited it, uploaded it to YouTube, and then at 7 o'clock, I think there was a slight delay on it though, I think I put it out at 8 o'clock. Sadly, it only uploaded as well in 360p because YouTube didn't hurry up and process it quick enough, but you guys did tune in and watch the first episode live on YouTube premieres. If you did enjoy it and you did tune in, let me know down below if you'd like me to do that again more often in the future, because of course with this One Season Wonder series, we're currently starting out Season 1 at Manchester City. If you have missed the first episode, you definitely need to go and watch it to understand what this series is about. But to sum it up, we start at a team, we win as much as we can for one season, and then we move on. That's literally it. We're at City, we win as much as we can, then we move on. But we have to move on to another team in a different league. We can't move on to Manchester United or Everton or Liverpool or Arsenal or Chelsea or Spurs. We have to move league, but it's probably better that you go and watch episode 1 so you have an idea exactly what this series is going to be about. But again, to all you guys that tuned into the YouTube premiere, thank you so much. And for the guys that didn't tune in and watched it after, I also appreciate that you tuned in to still watch the video. It was a little bit of a long one, and a few of you guys did say that they had to watch it over 2 or 3 periods. That's completely fine, guys. I don't know how long these episodes are going to be, but only time will tell, because there was a load of rules that we have put in this brand new series that may make the videos a little bit longer, like the fact that we have to play a whole month per episode, and that is to make the series go a little bit faster so it's not dragged out, because bearing in mind, we're playing in 5 different countries, 5 different leagues. We've got the English league, the Spanish, the German, the French, and the Italian. So realistically, we have a lot of games to play. But just to recap quickly on episode 1, we looked at the rules, we looked over the team, we've done tactics and instructions, which I didn't do all the instructions while I was recording because it was going to take a very long time. I can now confirm I have done all the instructions for each player within the squad. We talked about training, who we're going to do player development on. We talked about contracts. We give, who was it that we give a new contract to? Let me have a little look. I think it was Company, I think Company had 1 year left on his contract, and we did make him sign a new contract, luckily enough. We talked about editing. Obviously, you guys seeing slightly different things compared to my usual normal editing techniques. You obviously seen that when I said, like, you know, English, German, French, and all stuff like that, you had flags popping up on your screen. That was a little bit different. My favourite bit is the very end bit when I say, you know, that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. I now have a little on-screen video that basically does what you guys need to do as I say it, which I thought was pretty cool. But basically, to summarise episode 1, it was building the foundation for this squad. It was looking over the squad, it was looking over transfers, looking over the money. We laid the foundation, but in today's episode, it's going to get serious. And the reason for that is because we've got a lot of games to play. We are in the pre-season tournament right now of the American Challenge Cup. We've got Barcelona, Juve and Bayern in our group. But not only that, we are going to be making our first signing in this Manchester City Career Mode Season 1. But if we look on the calendar right now, we have Juventus, we have Bayern, and we have Barcelona. Now, they are just the group stages. Now, if I put the rules up, now I haven't got the rules in front of me, so just bear with me 1 second so I can get these up so obviously we can look at them together. Right, so hopefully on screen right now, you guys will be seeing the rules. We'll quickly go through these. We went over them in Season 1, but we just need to quickly recap so you guys understand. Number 1, we can only buy a maximum of 2 players from the previous club. So that doesn't matter right now. When we go into Season 2, it means we can only buy 2 players from Manchester City if we like. Moving on to number 2, we've got every season we need to move league and start from scratch with a new club, which I just explained to you guys. Number 3 is only half of the games per calendar month can be played and the rest must be simulated. And then I'm going to move on to number 4 and then come back to these two, because number 4 is a full calendar month must be completed per episode. Now, the reason I'm bringing up 3 and 4 is you can see right now on screen we have 3 games in the group stages. If we win them and we get through the group stages, we're then going to have a semi-finals, and we're also going to have a final somewhere in the month of July. So what I plan on doing, I think, is I'm going to basically, because we can only play half of the games, that means in this month there's technically going to be 5 games. Now, if there's 5, half of 5 is 2.5. I'm always going to go to the lower, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want this season, this new series, to be a challenge. So if there's 5 games in a month, I'm only allowed to play 2. Not only do I want a challenge, but if I'm also going to play 3 or 4 games per episode and I was to play them, the episodes are going to be over an hour long. So the plan is, I'm going to play the Juventus game. If we win the Juventus game, by simulating it, I'm going to simulate the Juventus game. If we win it, I'm then going to simulate the Bayern Munich game. If we win the Juventus game and win the Bayern game, then I will play Barcelona, simulate the semi-final game, and then play the final in hope to win the pre-season. If we lose to Juventus in the American Challenge Cup, I'm then going to play Bayern Munich, I'm then going to play Barcelona, and then I'm going to simulate the semi and the finals. And the reason for that is because I want to make sure we get through the group stages and don't get knocked out. So just to recap on that, the first game against Juventus is going to be simulated. If we win it, we're going to simulate Bayern. If we lose it, we're going to play the game against Bayern. If we then win Juventus, beat Juventus, and win against Bayern Munich, I'm then going to play the Barca game, simulate the next game, which will be the semi-finals, and then play the finals if we get through. But we'll have to see how we get on against Juventus first. If I put the rules back up on screen now, we have number 5. If we do not win a piece of silverware, we must sell the highest rated player at our next club. Now, I wasn't sure what I can count a piece of silverware as. Like, if I won the American Challenge Cup, we're going to get a trophy. Does that mean that we've won a piece of silverware? Technically, yes. But at the start of each season now, depending on what league it is, I am going to say what a piece of silverware counts for. In this one, which is an English team, Manchester City, we have to win either the FA Cup, the Premier League, or the Champions League. And then finally, we have number 6. If there are no clubs available at the end of the season, we must continue until one becomes available. The simple reason for that, guys, if I show you on screen right now, if we go all the way to June next year nice and quickly, you can see here, you get to the end of June, and around the 28th is when we need to be moving. We can't risk getting to the 30th, because then we have to go into the next season. So around the 27th or 28th, we have to go over to jobs available. So we go to the office and go browse jobs. There shouldn't be any available right now, which there's not, but there'll be jobs available there. I'll end the episode. I'll do a straw poll of all the potential jobs and potential teams we can go to, and you guys are going to vote on which team we go to for season 2. The problem is there's been times where I get to the end of the month and there's no jobs available. So if there's no jobs, we're going to go into season 2 of Manchester City. We're going to simulate every game, and every time we simulate a game, we're going to come over to the office, browse jobs, and if there's still not any available, we're just going to keep going until a job comes up, and then I'm just going to take it. It's not going to be a vote or anything. I'm just going to need to take it. But that is going to do it for the rules, and now we can get into the nitty-gritty bit of this brand new series. So before we can advance all the way to the Juventus game. That'll do us no harm. Let's go ahead and advance all the way to the 4th of July, ready to play Juventus. We are, of course, simulating that game. But then I'm quickly going to show you the transfer hub and also our squad hub, because a lot of people, when we were watching the YouTube Premier, were saying, Brad, don't sell him, blah, 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 giving me advice, leaving me comments, and that is exactly what I've done off camera. So Dortmund there have come in for Fabian Delph. We'll leave that just for now, and we will advance one more day so we can get to match day, and then we can talk a little bit about transfers. So if we go to the squad, I will quickly go down the squad and tell you what I am doing with players. So, as for goalkeepers, Edison and Bravo are going nowhere. Grimshaw I'm looking to sell. Muric I'm looking to put out on loan. Walker's going nowhere. Danilo's going nowhere. Them two are out on loans, that doesn't matter. Mangala I've transfer listed. Humphreys I've also transfer listed. Eric Garcia I want to keep or put out on loan. I know we're only here for one season, but I'm doing it realistic. This player here, Joel, we're putting out on, we're trying to sell. He doesn't look too great for us. Sandler, I'm just keeping hold of because we've only just bought him and we can't do anything with him anyway. Company's not for sale. Otamendi's not for sale. Jones isn't. Laporte isn't. Zinchenko is loan listed. Fabian Delph is just been approached by Dortmund. I am looking at selling Delph because Mendy I am going to change into the understudy, and we are going to bring a brand new left back in. I was speaking to a Manchester City fan, and he said the one position he thinks needs improving is left back. So Benjamin Mendy is going to become the understudy of a brand new left back that we sign. But you guys will be looking at the left backs in just a moment. And if you do have any players you'd like me to sign, make sure you drop them down below in the comment section. Herrera's out on loan. Gomez we're going to keep hold of. He's the backup right now to Fernandinho as CDM, but we may well potentially be buying a CDM in today's episode, and that is a player that I'm looking at, and I'm just going to go ahead and get if possible. We've got Roberts, he's out on loan. Gundogan, he's not going anywhere. A few players out on loan. Deli Bashuri, we're putting out on the transfer list because we want to get rid of him. Moving down, load of players there on loan. KDB is going nowhere. Silva's going nowhere. Namacha is going out on loan. Foden's going nowhere. Silva's going nowhere. Mahrez is going nowhere. Sterling's going nowhere. Aguero's going nowhere. Namacha is out on loan. And then Jesus is going nowhere, sorry. Gar, we're trying to transfer list and moving him on. And then we have Leroy Sané. Now, while we're on this page, it's great for me to show you something, guys, because there's 3 positions that I think we need to improve. And you guys can let me know down below with comments if you think this is a good idea or not. For me, it's left back, it's CDM, and it's left wing. No. It's right wing I want to improve, and let me explain why. We have Sterling here, who's right-footed. He's meant to play on the right wing, but I prefer playing him on the left wing so he can cut in onto that right foot. He's much more powerful out on the left wing. We then also have Leroy Sané, who can play out on the left wing and can only play the left wing. Whereas right now, we only have Mahrez that we would potentially play out on the right wing. So I don't want it where we're playing, like, let's say Sané on the left wing, Sterling on the right wing, and then Mahrez is going to come in and replace either Sané or Sterling if one of them isn't unfit. I want to make sure we've got another right wing. So my potential players or potential positions I want to sign is left back, CDM, and right wing. So at left wing, we'd have Sterling and Sané, unbelievable. And then we'd have Mahrez on the right wing and somebody else that can play right wing. Bernardo Silva can play right wing, but I want to move him back into the midfield. I think he is suited much more better in the midfield. But if we jump over to the transfer hub, this is what I have done so far. You guys might agree, might not agree, but you can leave comments down below because the only position I'm going to look at signing today is CDM. But at the moment, we have 4 left-back players. We have Alex Telles from Porto. We have Grimaldo, Marcelo, and Alexandro. They are the 4 left-backs we are currently interested in. And then when we move on to CDM, we have Casemiro from Real Madrid, Thomas Partey, Ndidi, and Decore. Now, the reason I want to bring a CDM is because Fernandinho is unbelievable and will be on number 1. But he is getting on a little bit, and he is 30. So he's not going to have the stamina that he once had. That's why I think it's very important we bring in a backup CDM so he can just slot in nicely. And for me, the target man we're going to look at signing in today's episode, preferably, is going to be this man here, Thomas Partey. Now, the reason I found Thomas Partey, surprisingly, is because I was after another Atletico Madrid player, if I just show you him now, but we can't sign him. And I found this player because Manchester City are actually linked with him in real life. And I do believe his name was Rodri, I think. Let's see if we can find him here. Pretty sure his name was Rodri. There we go, 22. This man here. Now, the only issue is when I shortlist him, and I've already looked at this off camera, I could not buy him. He's obviously only just joined the club. If we go in there, and you look over to the right, it says the player has recently joined this club and won't move again. If we approach, he's obviously they've just recently acquired this player, so they're not looking to negotiate for him to leave. I wanted him, but while I was looking at CDMs at Atletico Madrid, I come across this man here, Thomas Partey, who looks like an absolute beast. So he's like the second option for me. I wanted Rodri, but Thomas Partey might not be a bad one. But of course, like I was saying, Rodri was because they were linked in real life. But before we get into the Juventus game now, I know it's took a lot of time, guys, and I don't know how long these episodes are going to take, but I'm going to try and make them as quick as possible. But at the start, especially the first 3 or 4 episodes, they are going to take a little bit of time because we're still laying the foundation. We're still getting to know our best players and stuff like that. But we've had the 2 final scout reports on Decore and Wilfred and Didi, so happy days for that. And we've had a transfer offer from Dortmund for Fabian Delph, and I've already mentioned that I want to look at getting a new left back, so I think we will go ahead and delegate. I want to start it at 12, and I want no less than, let's say, 9. He's valued at 7, So let's see if Dortmund will bite on that. But up next, Sandler's want to get in the team. No chance, we can go ahead and delete that. But now we get the fun part where we're going to start playing some games. So this is the lineup we are putting out against Juventus. We've got Sterling out on the left wing, Aguero at striker, Mahrez out on the right wing, David Silva linking up with De Bruyne in the central midfield role, Fernandinho a little deeper in the central defensive midfield, and then Mendy, Laporte, Stones and Walker at the back, with the Brazilian man Ederson between the sticks. So let's go ahead and simulate this game. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we get off to a great start. We win our first game. We don't get any injuries, fingers crossed. But if we win this first game, then we can simulate the Bayern Munich game. And if we win that, then we're in a great position to then beat Barcelona when we actually play that game and potentially go on to win the American Challenge Cup. But let's go ahead and get this kicked off. Players warming up. Please, no injuries. Please, no injuries. 5 minutes past, nothing happened. 10 minutes past, nothing happened. 15th minute, Alexandro, a man that we are looking at, picks up a yellow card, and David Silva has just scored the first Manchester City goal in the 26th minute and then picks up a yellow card in the 33rd minute. We've got Sterling coming on for, or Sane coming on for Sterling, and Sane instantly has a great impact and scores just 4 minutes later. We're into the 70th minute. Jesus has come on for Aguero. Jesus has now scored in the 79th minute. We are going to beat Juventus 3-0. And what an incredible result that is. Jesus, Sane and David Silva getting on the score sheet. Very happy that David Silva did, because for me, David Silva is one of the most important players at Manchester City. Him and De Bruyne is what makes this team tick. So it's nice to see them scoring. It's nice to see Sane comes on and 4 minutes later scores. And then the same with Jesus. Jesus came on in the 53rd. And then scored in the 79th. So we keep a clean sheet, we pick up no injuries, and we get our first win. So that is a great start to this brand new Series 1 season wonder. So we'll go ahead now and advance to the Bayern Munich game. To put us into a great position, agreement for Delph Sale. 9.7 has been agreed. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's accept it. And unfortunately, the one thing that didn't want to happen is one of our players that we have on our list, another team come in and have interest. So it's Juventus. Juventus have gone to Benfica and they've received an offer of 24.7 million. Not really sure what to do there now. They're telling us that we should act quickly, but realistically, I don't want to sign a left back without you guys. I'll sign a CDM because that's a position that I want to choose personally for myself. But as for the right wing and the left back, well, I want you guys to get involved in that. So I'm going to leave that deal there for Grimaldo. Not saying that it might go through, because it may well not go through, but I would have thought Juventus would have the money to easily buy that player. Now, if we look over at the squad, same squad again, same starting 11, Sterling, Aguero, Mahrez, Silva and De Bruyne in the midfield, Fernandinho in the CDM role, Mendy, Laporte, Stones and Walker at the back with Ederson between the sticks. It's still looking pretty fit. They've all got their energy back. Laporte has got a tiny little bit to say that he's not fully fit, but 99% of him is. So I think we're going to play the exact same squad against Bayern. Now, Bayern lost to Barcelona. So if Juventus can do a job against Barcelona and we beat Bayern, then it puts us in a pretty much guaranteed position to get through the group stages. So let's go ahead and get this one kicked off. They did lose to Barcelona 3-0. Let's see if we can do the same against Bayern Munich this time round. So players warming up and we are kicked off. 5 minute passes, nothing's happened. 10 minutes has passed, nothing's happened. 15, 20, well, not much happening. Martinez picks up a yellow card in the 22nd. Mahrez has scored in the 31st goal to put us 1-0 up. Stones picks up a yellow card in the 39th. Aguero has scored in the 46th just after half-time to put us 2-0 up. And then we've got Bernardo Silva coming on for David Silva in the 51st. Muller's come on for Shabani. Lewandowski scores in the 79th to pull it back to 2-1. And luckily enough for us, the final whistle goes and we have beat Bayern Munich 2-1 thanks to Mahrez and Aguero scoring. Unfortunately, Ederson, Walker, Stones, Laporte and Mendy couldn't keep Bayern Munich out. And Lewandowski did score in the 79th minute. But what a perfect position that has put us in. Because if you look down in the bottom right at the latest scores, Juventus also beat Barcelona 2-1. Which means we are the only team right now on 6 points, which puts us clear. So, realistically, if we could get a draw against Barcelona, we are guaranteed to go through the group stages. Let's just do a little bit. I normally cut all this out, but with me simulating games now, I might just leave this in. It only takes a couple of seconds. Let's jump over to the office, see what's going down. So, transfer offer for Benjamin Gar. We can go ahead and accept that. 410,000. Yeah, we may as well offload him. He's not going to get in the team. International management, we're not fussed on. And Lewis Baker's found all he can in England. That was already set up, so I'm not too fussed on that. Now I have a big decision. Do I play the game against Barcelona, or do I simulate it, hope that I get through, and then potentially play the semi-finals and the finals to maybe win the first piece of silverware that's not going to count as such in our new series. So Delph has been sold. We've been given an extra 8.5 million after he sold for 9.7. Happy days. We've had the final scout report on Thomas Partey, which we will look at the end of today's episode. And then we've also had a transfer offer for Joel Labidera, if that's how you pronounce his name, of 260, 10 grand more than he's worth. We'll go ahead and accept it. We may as well get rid of some of the youngsters. But that is the lineup we are going to put out against Barcelona. I think it's not a bad squad whatsoever. We've got Sane out on the left wing, Jesus at striker, Silva out on the right wing. Then we've got David Silva and De Bruyne linking up in the central midfield role, Fernandinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Mendy, Company, Stones and Walker at the back with Ederson between the sticks. It's going to be a big risk, this, because I'm playing this game against Barcelona in hope to win. But if we lose or draw, we could be in a bit of a... Or if we draw, it's not too bad. But if we lose, we could be in a bit of a sticky situation. Because then we're going to go into the semi-finals, and we've got to simulate that one in hope to get to the very final of this Champions or American Champions Cup. But let's go ahead and get into this game against Barcelona. We are at the StubHub Centre. Let's get it underway. It's my first game playing with Manchester City, so it may take a little bit of time to get used to. But fingers crossed we can pick up a win against Barcelona. Here we go, our first official game in this brand new series. Season 1 there. It's episode 2. Season 1, episode 2. And we're playing our first game, and it's not an easy one. It's against the Spanish giants, Barcelona. I'm sure they're going to be playing a few kids or a few young players, but I can already see there. Coutinho's definitely in there, Suarez is in there, Rakitic. I mean, they need this to potentially get through, but we need it more to guarantee us a place in the semi-finals. But it is going to be Jesus to kick us off in this first half. Let's get it underway, and let's see what damage we can do. Is Walker. Walker on the inside now to Bernardo Silva. Still Silva. Fernandinho onto his left foot. Strikes one. Big save there from the keeper as he pulls off an incredible dive and puts it out for a Manchester City corner. Let's close this down. Nicely done. Here's De Bruyne on it now. De Bruyne. Jesus. Through now to David Silva. Laying it off now to Jesus. Going to hit it first time with Gabriel Jesus. It's off the post and cleared away from Nelson Semedo. We have been all over this Barcelona side. Go through to Silva. Silva plays it out wide now to Mendy. Let's go straight up to Sane, and Sane's going to get in behind here. Wasn't the greatest of touch. Let's pull it back. He's done Semedo. Likes that ball in towards the back post now for Bernardo Silva, who sadly can't get across quick enough and get a foot to it, but it was close. Let's keep the pressure on Suarez now. Fernandinho picks that up. Nicely done. Walker. Over to KDB. Is up to Gabriel Jesus, and as we play the ball up to Jesus, the referee is sadly going to blow for half-time. I have to say, we have killed off already this Barcelona side. We've absolutely been all over them. We've had a lot of shots put over the bar. We're not keeping them down, sadly. We're still drawing, but if it shows the match facts in which it doesn't, so I'll take a little look myself. Look at that. 57% possession, 8 shots, half of them being on target. Barcelona haven't even had a shot on target, let alone a shot. Only 43% possession. We are all over this Barcelona side. I'm pretty shocked. And we are now going to have to look at making some changes. So Sane's going to come off. Sterling's coming on. Mahrez is going to come on for Silva. I'm going to take Jesus off for Aguero. We can make as many changes as we want in pre-season. So we're going to go Gundogan on for Silva. And then I think, can any of these players play in CDM? Can Otamendi or Laporte? No, they can't. I'd like to bring Fernandinho off. I may well look. But Paul can play left back. I might bring him on for Mendy. We'll see how we go for now, but they are the changes I am going to make. We've got Gundogan, Sterling, Aguero and Mahrez making their way to the pitch. We don't want to risk any injuries too early on, because we have still got 2 more games in the American Challenge Cup, but it is going to be Barcelona to kick us off in the second half. Let's get it underway, and let's hope we can score a goal. Fernandinho, laying it off now to Kyle Walker. Let's go through to KDB. Laying it off now to Gundogan this time. Gundogan puts us 1-0 up against Barcelona. It was only a matter of time before we scored that first well and truly deserved goal. And it is Gundogan to put us 1-0 up in the 50th minute. Well done, lads. And he is the newly substituted man. So what can I say? A bit of managerial genius there. I will take that, thank you very much. Well done, Gundogan. And it's 1-0 after 50 minutes. Come on, give me some options here, lads. Let's go back. Okay, Fernandinho. KDB laying it off now to Gundogan, who's darting forwards now. Let's go into Aguero and hit it first time with Aguero. Takes a deflection. And Barcelona are going to look at breaking out now from the back. We've got to be careful because we've only got 9 minutes to go. Let's get in there, Gundogan. Let's keep this pressure on. Careful there, KDB. We don't want to give away a foul. And Fernandinho's picked that one up and played it straight in now to the path of Aguero. Here goes Aguero. Round the defenders. Gets a shot of a goal. It's 2-0 Manchester City. And that is what I do love in this game and also in real life about Sergio Aguero. He's literally made exactly how he is in real life. He's a sharpshooter, he's a hitman. He picks the ball, he just runs, and once he's got the right bit of space, plays it across the face of goal and into the roof of the net. I've never played with Aguero in FIFA, ever. But a lot of people told me in Ultimate Team and Career Mode, he's unbelievable. He's just like the way he is in real life. And from that goal, well, that showed me exactly what everyone else has been telling me. But I think I will make some fat... Wow, look at the team. The team is literally dying out. So we're going to go Laporte on for Mendy. We're going to go Otamendi for Fernandinho. Stones back to Edison. And I was going to hoof it upfield. We've only got 3 minutes added on. And what I was going to say is Edison has got a massive kick. So realistically, we want to be kicking that to the players that are trying to run in behind. The Sterling, the Sane, the Mahrez, the Aguero, the Jesus. We just want to be smashing it upfield and hoping that one of them can run onto it. But surely as Barcelona pass it round. Here we go. The referee is going to blow for full time. And we have won 2-0. Thanks to Gundogan and Sergio Aguero. Very, very happy with that result. We beat Barcelona 2-0. Which means we have now beaten Juventus 3-0. We beat Bayern Munich 2-1. And we just beat Barcelona 2-0. To be fair, the stats are probably going to show that we were absolutely all over them. Surprisingly, Barcelona come out and had a lot more possession in the second half, but done nothing with it, only having 4 shots, 2 on target. We had 12 shots, 8 on target, and as you guys know by now, you half the shots and add 1, and if we've done more than that, or that number, I am very happy. Half of 12 is 6, plus 1 is 7. I want more than 7 shots, or at least 7 shots on target. We had 8, so very happy with the performance, and Fernandinho picks up man of the match with a 9.4 rating. Right guys, and here we are back at the centre, and I have to say for this one season wonder, I could not have asked for a better start. We first of all simulate the first game against Juventus and beat them 3-0. We then simulate the game against Bayern Munich and beat them 2-1. We then play Barcelona and beat them 2-0. Now we find ourselves in the semi-finals of the American Challenge Cup against River Plate. I am going to simulate this game, and if we hopefully win it, then we potentially are through to the final and maybe could just win our first piece of silverware already. Little bit of bad news. Alex Grimaldo, we know that Juventus come in and offered 27.5 million. They did in fact get him for 35.8 million. So we will have to now remove Grimaldo. If there's anyone else on there that you'd like me to go out and buy, maybe now because Grimaldo's gone to Juventus, it opens up the move for Alexandro, considering they're their left back. Are they going to rotate Sandro and Grimaldo, or is Grimaldo just going to be a bench woman? But we can remove him because it means we won't be able to sign him now. So if there's any other left backs that you guys want to let me know down below in the comment section, that would be absolutely awesome. But this is the lineup we are putting out against River Plate. We've had to change it up a little bit, but that's because the team was pretty much dead after that game against Barcelona. But we've got Sane out on the left wing, Aguero at striker, and Mahrez out on the right wing. We've got David Silva and Bernardo Silva linking up in the central midfield role. We've got Gomez in the central defensive midfield, then Zinchenko, Laporte, Otamendi, Danilo at the back, with of course Edison between the sticks. If we get through this game now after simulating the game against River Plate, I'll be so happy, because honestly it's a brand new series, one season wonder, it's series 1, to go out there and win our first piece of silverware, being the pre-season American Challenge Cup, would be absolutely awesome. Our players are warming up. Let's get it kicked off and let's hope for the best. So 5 minutes past, nothing happened. Coming up to the 10th minute, still nothing happened. 15 minutes and Fernandez has scored for them, but then Mahrez 4 minutes later has equalised and put it back to 1-1 in the 19th minute. Fast approaching half-time. 40 minutes has gone. 45 half-time has gone. We're into the second half now. 50 minutes has gone. 60 minutes is coming up and that's now gone. Come on, we need to find the second goal here, lads. Fight for it. 70 minutes, coming up to 80 minutes. 80 minutes and nothing else has happened. We're going to find a late goal. We're not, and we're going to win 5-4 on pens. Well, Manchester City, you had my heart in my mouth just a little bit there. The only thing to happen, the only 2 highlights, is Fernandez to score for River Plate in the 15th. And then luckily enough for us, 4 minutes later, Riyad Mahrez went and equalised and put it back to 1-1. We then take it all the way to the 90th minute where we then have to play penalties. but we beat them 5-4, which means we have guaranteed ourselves a place in the final of the American Challenge Cup. Now you can see down the bottom right latest scores. It was PSG versus Barcelona. Barcelona scored in the 26th with Coutinho, and then Choupo-Moting scored for PSG in the 85th to bring it back to 1-1. So who won on penalties? We'll have to get back to the central to have a little look. Is it going to be Barca? It was Barca. So we've already beat Barcelona in today's episode 2-0. We're now going to play them in the final of the American Challenge Cup. So I'll go over to the office, guys, do the emails, do the player development, get the squad ready, and then we'll get into this final game for today's episode against Barcelona in the final of the American Challenge Cup. Right, guys, and I've now done all the emails, I've done the player development, and we are at match day on the 18th of July, where we are about to face off in the final of the American Challenge Cup against Barcelona. We've just beat them a few moments ago. We beat them 2-0. Can we do the same again? This is the lineup we are putting out against Barcelona. We got Sane out on the left wing, Aguero a striker, Mahrez out on the right wing, KDB and Silva linking up in the midfield role, Fernandinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Mendy, Company, Stones and Walker at the back, with of course Ederson between the sticks. Just want to say, guys, that I am going to play this game and then we are going to go in for our first player at CDM. It's very important. I'm looking for a right wing position and I'm also looking for a left back. So if you guys want to recommend anyone, this is the episode to do it, because in episode 3 and episode 4, they are the last 2 episodes where I will be doing any transfer business. And the reason for that, when the transfer windows open, these episodes become very long because you're having to, the manager comes in, then you have to sort out how much you're going to pay and what the player's valued at. Then the player comes in, you have to do a contract. And that can easily take 3 or 4 minutes worth of your time while we get a player. I know a few of you guys like that. I know a few of you don't. And that's why I kind of like getting the transfer business done in the first couple of episodes so we can then focus on the other games. But as you can see from the squad, we got Mahrez out on that right wing. We got Sane on the left wing. Sterling's going to come in for Sane on that left wing. We haven't really got anyone else to play at that right wing other than Bernardo Silva, who's currently playing in central midfield. But I like the fact that we've got KDB, Silva and Silva as our main 3, and Gundogan or our main 4 centre mids, and then we've got Fernandinho and a new CDM to play at that CDM role. And that's why I think it's important we bring in a brand new right wing. But there's nothing else to do now other than get into this game against Barcelona. We've simulated 3 games today. We've won them all. Luckily enough, we won 1 on penalties. But up next, we have got Barcelona. I'm not really sure if we should go in a different kit. I might go in the black and they can go in their yellow, because I feel like they were in their yellow and we were in the blue last time, and it was a little bit of kick clash. So I might just go us in the dark and them in the bright. But Messi probably will be starting. Now it is the final of the American Challenge Cup. But there's the squad. Let's get into it. We're back at the StubHub Centre. We've already been here. We've already won 2-0. Can we do the same again against Barcelona? Well, we've beat the Spanish Giants once in today's episode. Can we do it for the second time to then go on to lift the American Challenge Cup? There it is right there. Our first piece of silverware already in just episode 2 of this brand new series, One Season Wonder. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and if you are, please do give it a big thumbs up. I think we're around 22 subscribers away from hitting that big 1,000. So make sure it happens, guys. Keep grinding it out. We got Roberto and Titi, PK, Alaba at the back, Busquets, Vidal, Rakitic, and then Messi, Suarez and Coutinho. Well, Barcelona are putting out a very, very solid squad against us this time round. We got Ter Stegen in goal. That wasn't the team we played just a few minutes ago. It's a much stronger team, but let's get it underway with Barcelona kicking us off in this first half. And let's see what damage we can do to Bernardo Silva. Fernandinho onto his left foot, looks to let him on fly, takes a deflection. Oh! And just wide of goal after it takes a deflection off Sergio Busquets. Nice low driven shot there from Fernandinho, does come off. Oh, that's a handball, ref! What is going on? Oh, that is a handball every day of the week. Even the replay showed it. Here's Aguero. Aguero laying it off now to KDB. Round the corner now to Sane. Sane coming forward on his left foot. Sane strikes. Mahrez to follow it up, trying to get a shot off. And that was a terrible shot there from Riyad Mahrez as he bends down in disappointment. But realistically, that was a difficult angle to shoot from there. Up to John Stones. Fernandinho. Straight up now to Aguero. Laying it off now to KDB. Coming around the back. KDB's got the better of the defender. And it's in the back of the net from Kevin De Bruyne. He got the better of Gerard Piqué. And he goes on in the 30th minute to bury it in the back of the net. Ter Stegen will have to pick that one out the net. Beautiful ball there. De Bruyne's touch was just so much better to get him ahead of Gerard Piqué. He's then one-on-one pretty much with Ter Stegen. And KDB definitely doesn't miss many from there as he puts it into the side netting of the far post. Beautiful goal, and we are 1-0 up after just 30 minutes. Nicely done, Stones. Play it round now. Beautiful. It's Bernardo Silva. Round now to Fernandinho. Takes a good touch and looks at marching on. Let's go, Aguero. Let's feed Aguero through the middle now. And there goes Sergio Aguero. He's just got the better of the ball there as the Tigers runs out to collect that one. Shouldn't have hit the ball. The touch wasn't the best. Let's see if we can get Stones on this one and win the header. And we do. Let's play it round now. Ball given straight away. Sane down. Let's keep going. It is Suarez. Nice interception there. Let's slide in and play it out wide now. Here's Bernardo Silva. Still playing it out wide to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker going through the middle now. Let's lay it straight off. Here's Aguero. Aguero coming forward. Still Aguero. Keeping it tight to his feet. Gets a shot up. What a beautiful goal from Sergio Aguero. Wow, what a rocket. What a bullet. I was not expecting that. Honestly, he was keeping the ball so tight at his feet. I just tried to wiggle myself a little bit of shooting space. You can see me here. I'm like, where am I going? I'm looking for a pass. Cut back. A little bit of space there. Opened the defenders up. Opened up my body. And let one fly. And what a goal there. As Piqué and Umtiti give me a little bit of space. They separate. And Aguero only needs a few inches of space to let one fly. And that's the one thing I've got to remember about Manchester City. They can shoot from distance. Suarez, and there we go. As Suarez looks to do something with it, the referee is going to blow for half time, and it's 2-0. It's like a repeat of the game just before when we were in the group stages against Barcelona. As I was just saying, we've been all over them. 7 shots, 5 on target. They've had 2 shots, 1 on target. We've definitely been the more dominant team, and I'm going to look at making some changes so we can keep the squad nice and fresh. I'm going to take Bernardo Silva off and I'm going to bring Phil Foden on. I think I'm going to bring Sterling on for Sane. And then I'm going to hold out a little bit. I may have to bring Jesus on for Mahrez. Maybe even Aguero. We'll have to wait and see. KDB probably definitely needs to come off for Gundogan a little bit later on. Probably Laporte as well for Mendy. But for now, we're not playing too bad. But what I will say it is, I keep forgetting with Liverpool, we have to get very close. They don't score many outside of the box goals other than the Ox, Fabinho and Naby Keita. Whereas Manchester City have a lot of players that can score from outside the box. But the likes of Sane, Sterling, Mahrez, they're normally on the ones where you just tap them in. Aguero as well, always great position. And that is something that Manchester City's squad does have. The positioning of players is 80 plus, which makes them very good when they are that little fox in the box. But it is going to be Sergio Aguero to kick us off in this second half. Let's get it underway. We're 2-0 up. Can we cause some more damage for Barcelona? Is Sterling now to Foden. Foden holding up nice. You're going to get Riyad Mahrez in behind. Here comes Mahrez now. Mahrez. Nice little thinking towards the back post. Looking for Sergio Aguero. It's cleared away. Only as far as Fernandinho is going to hit it on the volley. Big save there from Ter Stegen. And it could have been 3-0 from Fernandinho. Let's look for Vincent Kompany. Nice ball in now. To good ball there for Vincent Kompany. It's cleared away from Umtiti. Only as far as Kyle Walker, who's going to play straight up to KDB. Takes a touch. Nice little drill ball in now to Raheem Sterling back post. It's 3-0 Manchester City. Raheem Sterling has just come on, and that is exactly what I was saying just as I kicked off with Sergio Aguero. The positioning of the Manchester City players is crazy. I think Sterling's positioning is like 89. Look at that. Great position, and that's where the saying comes. Right place, right time, and that is something that Sterling, Sane, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, KDB, Aguero, they will have that all season long. And we are 3-0 up in the final of the American Challenge Cup against Barcelona. And KDB's going to pick that one up straight away. Through now to Aguero. Aguero over the top now looking for the run on of Sterling. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get Sterling in the box, but I'm certainly going to try. Let's put a nice ball in now towards Mahrez at the back post. Cleared away only as far as Kyle Walker. And KDB picks that one up. Sterling looks at Ben the one. Sterling. It's 4-0 and Raheem Sterling has scored a brace. 2 goals within just 8 minutes. Well, Raheem Sterling showed me why he definitely needs to be out on that left wing. Oh, look at this. They're going to get ahead here now. Here goes Nelson Semedo. Semedo's going to get the better of Laporte. Played down now. He should have kept running. We've managed to get back in numbers. Let's keep going here. Semedo up now to Messi. Up to Suarez. Messi. Not really sure what Messi's going to do here. Puts a great ball into Ivan Rakitic and it's in. Ederson gets a hand to it, but only pushes it onto the bar. And once it hit that bar, it was going either way. It was going over, or it was going in. Sadly, it goes in, but it's still 4-1 to Manchester City. Let's get in there now. Oh, we've missed out there. That's going to be a problem. Get up, Laporte. Get up, Laporte. Let's keep going. Keep this pressure on. Coming through now with Messi. Messi's there. Oh, it's 4-2. I pulled Ederson, and there wasn't much I could have done. We have definitely turned off in this last 10 minutes. A beautiful ball through there. Messi pulled Ederson, who makes a great save. I don't know why Company doesn't run back to get on the line as Ederson comes out, but it's 4-2 with 6 minutes to go. Hopefully, they're not going to keep getting this energy from somewhere and potentially keep going. Let's play it through now to Morris. Morris through a goal, surely. Oh, to Steiger, big save. Ball into the middle now for Rafinha. Let's get on that. Nicely done, Sterling. Sterling through now to Phil Foden, who marches on. Foden playing it through now to Gundogan. Onto that right foot. Looks at Benderman. He's going to take a deflection. We've got there. Come on! Oh, just by the goal. Riyad Mahrez was on for a goal there. That was close. Let's get this ball off Barcelona. And let's get rid of it. Here's Dembele, Rakitic. Let's stay tight on them. And there we go. The referee is going to blow for full time. It's not quite what I wanted. I would have loved to keep a clean sheet against Barcelona. But we still beat them 4-2. And in this first proper episode, Season 1, Episode 2, we've won our first piece of silverware already. The Manchester City players walking over to shake the hand of Leo Messi. Company is going to be the one to lift the trophy. And in Episode 2, we've already won our first piece of silverware, that being the American Challenge Cup.
I think that's set for a really good season.
We played very well there.
Whatever the circumstances, if there's a prize at stake.
Champione, champione. Here we go. Oh, hey! Champione, champione. Ole, ole, ole. Our first piece of silverware after just 2 episodes. Well, I couldn't ask for anything more. It's one season wonder. Way! It's about doing one season at the club and winning as much as we can. And we've already won our first piece of silverware in the pre-season. And here comes the photo for the front page of tomorrow's papers. The American Challenge Cup champions, Manchester City. It's a great result. It's a great win, and what an already incredible start to this one season wonder. 17 shots, 11 on target. Very happy with that. KDB picks up man of the match with a 9.6 rating. And in just our proper first episode with games included, we've already won our first piece of silverware. Get in there! Right guys, and here we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode. In the next episode, we have a fair few games, but what I want to say is, you've got to remember guys, it's very important that we play every game within the month. So if we go to the calendar now, we've just played all of our pre-season. There's no more games. We get a nice 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off until we've got our next game. So Episode 2, our first bit of game footage, our first bit of gameplay, and we have completed the month of July. So we have stuck to that rule, so happy days. And as we go into August, we have 4 games. We have to play 2, and we have to simulate 2, of course. I told you guys we have to play half of the games. So I think the games we will be playing is definitely the FA Community Shield final against Chelsea, and definitely the game against the Gunners Arsenal in the Premier League. And then I think I'm happy to simulate the Huddersfield game and also simulate the Wolves. The only iffy one that I'm a bit worried about is the Wolves game, because as you guys know, when you simulate away games, it can go either way. But when you simulate home games like we have against Huddersfield, 80% of the time you do win them. But obviously, of course, we're away at Arsenal and we need to really win the FA Community Shield. If we do win it, it will be our second piece of silverware, but it doesn't count. Remember, I've said the FA Cup, not the FA Community Shield, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and also the Champions League. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do, if we're in Germany, if we win the German Cup, the League, the Bundesliga, or Champions League, they are going to be the 3 trophies. So every team we go to, if we can win either their local Cup, the League, or Champions League, or Europa League, then I'm, pretty happy with that. But that is going to be episode 3, those 4 games there. We've got a couple of emails to go through, and then of course we have a little bit of transfer what can I call it, transfer news, transfer gossip. We need to basically make a transfer at the end of today's episode. So, your American Challenge Cup performance, we won it, happy days. Tournament prize money, we were given 4.5 million, happy days. And the transfer talks between Daniel Grimshaw and Shanghai Shenhua have broken down. That's not a problem. We can go ahead and delete that. So the last thing to do in today's episode is make potentially our first signing, and it's going to be this man here, Thomas Partey. I'm not really sure how much he's valued at. Let's have a look. 22.5 million. He's got a release clause of 50.6 million. If we could get him, I'd say for 30, maybe 31, 32. If we could get him around there, I would be very happy. Of course, I told you guys I wanted to go in for Rodri, as he is really linked, or in real life linked, with Manchester City. We sadly can't get him as he's only just joined, so we can remove him. The other options were Casemiro, Ndidi and Decore. Normally, I would put a straw poll on these players and you guys would vote. But in this series, I'm going to make some decisions. You guys are going to make some decisions. So it's important in this episode right now, you need to leave me some left backs and you need to leave me some right wings. So then in episode 3, we need some more left backs and right wings. And then episode 4, I'm going to do a straw poll asking you guys what left back or right wing we should go in for after you guys have left loads of comments recommending players. And then we can look at signing one. But Thomas Partey is potentially going to be one that we sign. He can play CDM, CM, right mid and right back. We're probably only ever going to play him CDM and centre mid. So let's get into this and approach to buy. Let's get the Atletico Madrid manager in. Let's get Diego Simeone over. And let's see if we can potentially sign Thomas Partey. And here is Diego Simeone. We did sign his son in the Ajax Road to Glory, Giovanni Simeone. Can he maybe do us a favour here and let us have Thomas Partey for not too much? So I'm just going to straight away drop 31 million for Thomas Partey. I think that is a fair amount. But what is Diego Simeone saying? Won't let him go for any less than 36. Okay, I'll come up to 32. You've got to meet me somewhere in the middle. 32 million. You only want him 36. I think 32 is fair. We're getting close. He's come down to 34. He's wanting to meet me halfway. So I think what I'll do is, we've got the money. Let's meet him halfway. We went 32. He went 34. Meet me down the middle. 33 million for Thomas Partey. And there we go. Diego Simeone said that's a fair offer. And now we need to look at giving Thomas Partey a contract. Now, can I see? Yeah, if you click quickly, you can see his weekly wage, and it is 52,000 a week. So let's just get into this. Let's negotiate and hopefully try and get him. I think he's definitely going to want an increase. I'm probably thinking maybe 80,000 a week, but we can try that. So he wants a rotation role. Rotation's great, and I'm happy to accept that, but I'm going to go sporadic for now, just because he is going to play behind Fernandinho. Let's see what he says. That's not going to work. That's fine. We can give you rotation, because realistically, you are going to be a rotator player, so that's not a problem. 5 years. We're only here for a year, so it doesn't really matter, but we may as well try and get him for the maximum that we can. We will disregard a release clause. We don't want a release clause in there. Now, this is the hard part. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to offer him 80,000 a week. And let's say 500,000 signing on bonus. What are you saying to that, Thomas Partey? 80 grand a week, 500 grand signing on bonus. Oh, okay, so he's messed around with it a little bit, but he has come down on the wage. So let's counter. Let's remove the bonus. I don't like giving bonuses. Let's drop this to 75, and let's drop this to 700. And if you beat me there, we can agree here. He wants 81. Okay, well, I offered you 80 a minute ago, and you didn't want that. Come down to 80, and you've got a deal. 80,000 a week. It's not quite what his client was hoping for, but he's eager to join your club and will accept the wage of 80,000 to finalise the deal. There we go. We've just got Thomas Partey for 33 million. Let's check. Yeah, 33 million and a weekly wage of 80,000 after giving him a 700,000 signing on bonus. So there we go. We now have a backup CDM. This is the fun part, guys, when we bring new players to our club that we are currently at. So we've just signed Thomas Partey to play behind Fernandinho in that central defensive midfield role. Now you guys, very important, need to recommend loads of left backs and also loads of right wings that can potentially help out Riyad Mahrez on right wing and also become our main left back, because Benjamin Mendy is only 81 rated and he is definitely the weak point in this club. He's not high enough rated for that squad, so we definitely need to bring in, I would say, 82, 83 plus, no less. We don't want to bring in a youngster that we need to grow, because we've got Zinchenko and we are only here for a year, so it's important we get a real strong left back for then Benjamin Mendy to become the understudy behind him. We also need another right winger to help out Mahrez, as we have Sterling and Sane out on the left wing, and we also have Aguero and Jesus up top. We need another right winger. So let me know your recommendations down below. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below if you're new around here. Click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been Massive Brad. Peace out.